Welcome back. Right now we're in Studio B, and I'm joined by Herald-Tribune education reporter Shelby Webb. Shelby, welcome.
Hi, Grant.
And you did an investigative piece, a really excellent piece on expulsions in Sarasota County, specifically, but talking about the whole state. Really briefly, for those who haven't seen the piece yet, what were the major findings?
Sure. Well, Sarasota County actually expels the second most students in the state when it comes to raw numbers. More than 13 counties combined, 13 counties including Miami-Dade, Broward, Duval, Pinellas, Charlotte, some of the most populated counties in the states. And we actually came in first when it came to expelling students without services. So basically sending kids home in lieu of being at school and just seeing what happens then.
But we also know that Sarasota County, in a lot of different ratings, either ranks 1 or 2 as far as academic excellence. So what gives here?
So it sort of seems like there's a dissonance. I mean, there's been a lot of focus on, test scores and things recently, especially with the new performance evaluation measures. But in 2011, the state actually cut a lot of funding to school districts across the state, which led to the closure of several alternative schools in Sarasota County, which really exacerbated this problem. It made Triad, the one remaining alternative school, sort of turn into a revolving door. You know, either kids would bypass it completely, or they would go there and maybe talk in class and would be expelled.
What's been some of the reaction, and how is this story moving forward now? Have you heard anything?
Sure. Well, some of the school board members were actually really surprised when they learned of the data, which is somewhat surprising because they had to vote on every single expulsion. It was on all of their agendas. That all has to come through the school board, right? Before, exactly.
I mean, and maybe sometimes it's in the consent agenda, but still.
Sure.
I mean, those numbers add up.
I mean, it was an effective rubber stamp. It was on the consent agenda, so when they approved things like field trips, moving portables and stuff, they also, I mean, at one school board meeting, they approved 14 expulsions in less than 30 seconds.
So in your reporting, what do you see, or what do some of the sources see as the solution to get these numbers down? I understand this year there hasn't been that many.
Sure. So it's definitely different this year, and we're trying now to look into things about, whether or not they're coding things differently, and whether or not, it's as different as district officials are saying. But a lot of people are starting to come forward hoping that there'll be more services for students. If a student's caught with a little bit of marijuana, maybe drug counseling for them, or if a student gets in a fight, maybe some anger management counseling. SURE, which is Citizens United for Responsibility and Equity, has taken a lot of steps in this in getting restorative justice in all of our schools.
So excellent stuff. Where can people go to get more information and read this piece?
Sure. So you can go to expulsions.heraldtribune.com and read the full investigation. I went down to Miami and Fort Lauderdale to see what they're doing there. Some really innovative stuff. So.
All right, Shelby Webb, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.